All right, welcome back to Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes. This definitely is a straight out of the comments request. I think I started the day with a little comment video. And just a heads up, you might want to go back. If there's a link to a Mises reaction in that opening comments video, it's because I watched the reaction and I was way too myself. So I put it there. And here's the deal. I feel like I did this once and it got blocked. So we're going to see what happens. So if there's a screen and it says blocked, it means I had to go back and re-record it. But I am going to take a shot. But I just feel like let's see.
I know you're going to dig this.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Yo. Okay, yo.
I like you. You're like a tiger.
Yes, I grew up on a dole in a single parent family. Been through a little bit of tragedy. Yes, I was around drugs and violence before the day that I started secondary. That's part of it, not half of it. Get the picture, the rest ain't necessary. Growing up, got a little caught up. That ain't even half of my life. Also given the knowledge of self, that is all we actually need to survive. If you saw me, age 9, reading Malcolm, just fine. Teachers still treated me stupid. Students that couldn't speak English, they put me in groups with. The irony is, some of the first man to give me schooling, you were called gangsters. I already explained that we know what the truth is. They used to say, don't be like me. Yeah, I got a name and dough on the street. Nighttime comes, I can't sleep. It's the part that rappers don't speak. We don't hit the road cause we're thugs. Don't come out the room, wanna sell drugs. If we got the right guidance and love, would we fight people just like us? How could I knock the hustle to get by? How do you think I ate as a child? Judge no one, done many things wrong. Just don't boast about it in songs, but listen to my older bars. I was just as confused as you probably are, but you grow when you learn. Travel and cut, one too many man, you know, get caught up. One too many man that could have been doctors, end up spending the whole life boxed up. You learn if you study, so set out just to make them money. No cover, it's all about getting poor people to fight with one another. So it's logical that us killing our brothers, dissing our mothers is right in line with the dominant philosophy of our time. But time is a cycle, not a line. Comes back around, you regain your mind. You be ready for the energy I challenge in my rhyme. Remedy the pedigree, the jeopardy of your mind. When the world's this leverage is a crime. We can all fight with our brothers over crumbs. Harder to fight the one who makes guns. We can all talk get $2. Harder to be the one who seeks.
It's a long take. So am I to understand this is a freestyle too? This is like off the dome, just off the tip type thing, whatever the current phrasing on that is. I remain ignorant to the exact lingo of the day. Definitely, from the, I had to. Bad guys were teaching me stuff. That's, how do we have to eat? But you learn from your past. I mean, it's all kinds of very good bars. I mean, it's good stuff.
The one who makes guns, we can all talk get $2. Harder to be the one who seeks knowledge. If we understood economics with no money's nothing, think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself. And don't get confused, far from broke. All that you see me do, I own, but I won't hang what I make around my neck. I know from where that the diamonds came, but I do literally own a library that definitely costs more than your chain. And businesses and property, far from starving. I eat quite properly and I don't care. Just said it for the kids who need to know you're not broke to listen. Don't know what asset from a liability, they've never been shown nor told the difference. So they don't change situation. Richest man in Britain is Asian, that's significant, not coincidence. Asian people build businesses not by flossing, going out shopping, giving up their culture for everyone's profit. Who runs Bollywood? Indian people. Who runs our ish? So we shake our ass and dance as if racism just upped and vanished. But has it? No, it's right on course. You're beaten so bad you're trained to ignore. Let me not just make sweeping statements. Give me a second, I'll explain it. For small amounts of drug possession, there's more black people in jail in America than there is for rape and armed robbery and murder all put together. You can say they're just locking up thugs. Imagine they're in prison, every middle class kid that had ever held drugs. Oh, that's right, that'd be your kids. Bigger than that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is fire good. That one don't stand the test of time because like crimes gets a free pass now. In fact, those exact lines are unprosecutable. No bail, you get out as soon as charged. It's working really good. It's really working out well. Crime's on a down streak. I mean, it's almost like a utopia here now because of these policies. Other than that, I think it's fire, right? But that part, that's not working out at all.
Than every middle class kid that had ever held drugs. Oh, that's right, that'd be your kids. Bigger than that. What is going on with?
And if they're stupid enough to get caught, they deserve all the time they get.
This prison in
My
America's
kids.
private business. They get paid 50K per year per inmate by the state. Just wait, also legally are allowed to use their prison inmates as slaves. Cheap slave labor, big corporations, they come out of jail when they can't get a job. So when we celebrate going to jail, we
But then all electronics actually comes off that artisan labor from them cobalt mines. So the complete hypocrisy of the planet is immeasurable. Especially when he referenced the diamonds. Just saying, if I had to take a position, I think it's 100% kick-ass. It's just too progressive ideology. When we could all come together and get rid of both the fucking diamond and the cobalt mine, and everybody else could just deal without having their fucking iPhones. Now, I'm cool with that. Don't think race, color, creed, or religion have anything to do with that discussion.
You're literally celebrating enslavement. Add to that, the hood that you live in. Engineered social condition that breeds crime by design. Where do you think you get your... Yeah, you could say that they're just black, but I like to deal with facts. In the 1920s, you would have found in America black towns, prospering centers of economics to education to make you proud. But some people couldn't bear that the former slaves would not just slide down to the KKK and other hate groups. Burn those towns to the ground, killing hundreds if it ain't understood.
Horrible.
You think you were always living in the hood? It's only been 60 years since the hung blacks and burned them, and that was so cool. They were your baskets, picnic baskets, even gave kids the day off school. Go see a lynching, have a picnic, it's fun to watch the little monkeys die, and people act a little dysfunctional.
horrible.
You wanna pretend that you don't know.
And then it sounds like stealing passports and actually indentured servitude that goes on all through the underdeveloped parts of the world right now. So it's weird. Yep, our history sucks. It's ugly. It's pathetic. Now let's measure it against what's still going on today.
Why? If your color means you can be killed and you're powerless to get justice about it, is it difficult to figure out how you would then end up feeling about it? And that ain't excuses, just dealing with the roots of abuses that make a reality where a generation of young men speak of ourselves as dirt casually. That's America, this Britain. Something similar, some different. In this country, the first enslaved were the working class. What's changed?
where is
Worse
this
jobs,
from?
worse conditions, most tax. Look where you live and yet you go to the
Oh,
park. Friday night,
that's
you will
why.
fight with a guy don't know what
Yeah,
for.
they didn't. So I agree. I talked about this just the other day. And I think the messages is great. There's nothing wrong with hope and try to get some change and different. I have been harping on that for days now. A revenge narrative is never going to work. So if the whole core of your fucking movement is that you get revenge, wow, how enlightened is that? Really? I mean, that's revenge can't rebuild anything. So then it's the obvious propped up division through extremist views that keep the separation, then allow the power structure to just move forward at their own pace. Because we're all going to fight about some shit. What's still going on? I mean, I just watched it. I just watched the artisan miner loophole. So I'm willing to talk about that level. That's today, right now, going on.
Fight with a guy shooting a tight who send your kids to die in a war. They don't send the kids to the rich or the politician. It's your kids, the poor British, get the same to go and die in a foreign land for these wars that you don't understand. Yeah, they say you are British and that lovely patriotism they feed you, but in reality you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders. I know both sides of my family, black and white, are fed ghetto mentality, reality in this system. Poor people are dirt regardless of shade. But with that said,
I've heard
let's
this
not
song
pretend
before.
that everything is
It's
the
gonna
same.
get
When our
blocked.
grandparents came here to Britain, if you had a criminal record you couldn't get in. That ain't protected from all of the stupid abuses they will be living. Kicked in the teeth, stabbed in the street, many times firebombed our houses, put feces through our letterbox, and of course the cops did so much about it. Daily, up to the 80s, people spitting in my pram because I was a baby. But of course, that has had no effect on why today we are crazy. And none of this was for any good reason. They were just dark and grieving to ease the guilt now for all of this treatment. Constant stereotypes are needed. So if I celebrate how big that my kid are, bricks that are flipping, clips that are sticking, chicks that I'm hitting, I'm playing my position. But if I teach a kid to be a mathematician, messing with the schism, how they gonna fill a prison when materialism is no longer our religion? What do you think we got now in Britain? Just like America, private prison.
So, just to be clear, I cleared this up in I hope, in the Immortal Technique stuff. I'm 100% pro this message. I think this message should exist. I have a different opposing viewpoint on some of the issues, but if we're not able to communicate back and forth about it, then there's never going to be change. because I'm not just arrogant. I just, a revenge narrative can't work. We're beyond that. You can't dumb down all of society that much. That's a fucking joke. And they play with ideas everywhere, but I just address every work site, every grocery store, every business, every moment in my life. And none of this division played out. It only played out when I was by people working on an activist front. Almost always I had nothing but shared humanity with everyone around me. And it was always a mixed group. So I'm not, I didn't come up in some homogenized single view environment. So that's all. But I think his skill is just incredible. She's just badass.
I'm playing my position, but if I teach a kid to be a mathematician, messing with the schism, how they gonna fill a prison when materialism is no longer our religion? What do you think we got now in Britain? Just like America, private prison for profit.
Yeah, so it turned out, they're gonna... The whole imprisoning thing is just a misdirection because it turns out it just depends on where you want to shine the light. In my personal opinion, that's why I keep going off, and I'm pretty positive this all gets blocked, is because it turns out as we shine a light on, some perpetrators of injustice, we ignore current perpetrators of injustice. Now, I know it's a repetitive narrative, but that's the only, all other, I get spicy opinions or it can hurt my feeling, but I don't, all I have to do is turn on the news and, 11 years later, a lot of this messaging, it turns out, is a standard operating procedure everywhere. And I can only go from the indictment side, indicting our country here, indicting our prison system, reflecting on your own, but I don't live there, so I don't know. But, daily there's let out early, do it again stories. Now, I'm an ex-con, so I've always understood what the recidivism rate is. It turns out a majority of people actually enjoy committing crime and then again and again and again and again. They're not really there because they're sad sacks who got railroaded. I know I did a lot of time. I actually, was in there. And then years and years as a ward of the state on paper, on parole, whatever you want to call it. So, I do have a position to speak on all this from. And we now see we're doing the complete opposite. Two states away from me is trying some bold narratives. And I guess if the end plan is to keep everybody except criminals in their house, it's working good. Oh! Cuck tubes and bug paste. That's all right. Everybody gets that. So it's not just one side, right? It's everybody who lives in the mega city one gets that. So it'll be very interesting. But yeah, no, I did this way at the beginning, and I bet I was equally triggered then. And it's not that I'm against it. I'm not against it. I believe something new will have all of these elements, my elements, and everybody else's elements in place. And it won't look the same. It won't be just someone's take on everything that we had up to this point and how they can use it for themselves. It'll be something different. That's why we can't get to it. Nobody knows what it looks like.
When your kids go jail, people make money off it, so keep environments that breed crime, build more jails at the same time, market badness to the kids in the rhymes. Long as rich kids ain't dying, it's fine. Get them to the point where some are so lost they actually believe if they don't celebrate killing themselves off. That it's because they're soft. Was Malcolm soft? Was Marley soft? Tell me, was Marcus Garvey soft? Well, was Muhammad Ali soft? Nah, I think not, but they want us to think that the road is cool. Being on board is all we could do. We don't control the wholesale production, so who benefits from us moving the food? Or thinking there's no way out of road life, but Malcolm X used to hustle on the roadside. And Marcus Garvey organised more than 6 million people with no Facebook or Twitter. Why is it something you can't eat? One of my own homeboys did a 10 straight in the boxing yard. Now what's he doing? Passing his doctorate. Don't tell me that it's too hard. Who trained you to believe you're inferior? Sungbo Ebedo in Nigeria are the remains of an ancient moat dug 1,000 years ago. 20 meters wide, 70 down. Round the remains of an ancient town that's 400 square miles around. 400 square miles around. Please don't believe me. It was a documentary on BBC, but we ain't studying history. Too busy watching MTV. And MTV said, we're platinum. Now everybody wanna go and wear platinum. And MTV said,
that's awesome.
Now everybody wanna go.
So I agree with that narrative 100%. I'm actually watching a couple brand new archaeological digs that could rewrite the whole narrative back another, 100,000 or so? I can't remember. I don't know enough. I know I want to listen to both sides no matter what, even if it has me having an opinion. And here's the difference. I'm listening. I think I would say most of this I think is 100% fire ass truth.
Pop Magnum, if MTV said drink prune juice, you would start hearing that in tune soon. Hey, today I wore my Cartier. Is it now more important what I got to say? Oh, and I drive a Mercedes, by the way, so everybody listen to what I got to say. Does that make you all happy? But my head's still nappy. Think for myself, so some mad at me. But on the mic, ain't not one bad as me. All of this here's good for the rhymes. Put us in the same place at the same time, and it's clear to everybody I'm out of my mind. Some of these guys are running out of their rhymes. Clear to everybody that has got ears. I'm the guy that they just might fear, that they want to get near, but they can't have a peer. Oh dear, I'm hard liquor, you just like beer. Front on the kid for another 5 years. Come to my shows and some cry tears. Mean that much to him, it's a movement. I don't speak for myself, but a unit. Black, white, man, woman. Anyone who respects truth we put in. Dudes are like no dinner, we're just pudding. Yeah, you're sweet, but no substance pudding. You can never ever be with a level on. Our songs get played out there in Lebanon. We speak for the people properly, not for the old fat guys in offices and the girls loving. Ain't fair, you can't even be bothered to comb his hair. Anyway, that's enough kissing my own ass. Back to the more important task of being so shower. I got half the hood screaming, knowledge is power. And I ain't saying that'll change rap, but I do know this for a fact. Right now there's a youth on your block with his hands on his face screwed up. So he don't care, don't give a that he won't let nobody call his bluff, but the words go in. Open your shack covers once that's happened, there is no going backwards. You start to see what is really happening. Who the enemy you should be attacking is. So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read, don't let them say what you can achieve. Cause when people are enslaved, one of the first things they do is stop them reading. Cause it is well understood that intelligent people will take their freedom. Cause if we knew our power, we would understand we can't be held down. If we knew our power, we would.
Yeah. And I will say this actually on this on the side of his argument. It's too bad TikTok and all that. So we, right? Let's be honest, in today's date, right now, today, how is long form entertainment doing for the masses? The younger generation, do they consume a lot of books? I'm just curious. I heard it's actually the other way, and that the attention span is incredibly short, and that's why things like the dances and the, I can absorb 2 minutes. That's why I try to go 20. I mean, it's an 8-minute song, but I mean, look at that. We got 10 minutes of talking already. Because I'm not here to. Maybe it's to ramble for 10 minutes, but I don't want to live in the TikTok. I actually agree. Now, I read a lot of fiction, but I read a lot of nonfiction online. Research is power. Knowledge is power. So that's a sacred truth that spans boundaries, oceans, race, and language. Now, you want to address the bottom versus the top-down narrative where the top keeps knowledge from the bottom to control them? Yes, I will. Everyone's guilty of it. Otherwise, those artisan farmers or artisan miners wouldn't be loading 6-year-olds up with 30-pound sacks to carry out of the mine.
Not elevate not one of these clowns if we knew our power. We wouldn't get arrogant when we get 2 pennies if we knew our power. We would see what everybody sees, that we're rich already. But never mind, MCs go run for your mummy. I'm hungry, I run for my tummy. That's enough.
The moment we realize we're rich already, we won't try to move ourselves into the big house and then get our slice of that pie and then take our shot at the power corruption cycle and start it all over again until someone has to become a rebel against us. Who's the first group to break that cycle? Some of it's here. Some of it's definitely in these bars.
Back to worshipping money, I'm off back to the study. We would see what everybody sees that we're rich already. But never mind, MCs go run for your mummy. I'm hungry, I run for my tummy. That's enough, back to worshipping money. I'm off back to the study.
Feed yourself, put your chain, no.
Man!
Maybe it's because it's this show.
Akala just burned the booth down, man! And someone pass me that extinguisher!
Is he doing all them sound effects? Has he been doing all that? This is so blocked.
Oh! Oh! Hey, brother!
That mic has been burned.
Illustrate Records. Now that is what you call fire in the booth. Not only they come with real crazy flows,
This
the
is
bars
why.
are crazy, the punchlines are crazy. It had a message, man.
So that was super good. We'll have to figure out what to do with this. I remember now. So I did this for sure. How did they deal with it? I used to watch them. I'll figure it out later.